Okay, I took a 3-hour nap and I'm feeling maybe 30% better. Anyway, spinning, I changed my mind about the cross-lacing. I don't know if that is just not meant for my machine or if I'm misunderstanding something, but it seems to drag the yarn across the yarn that's already on the bobbin, and that worries me. Is it supposed to do that? I don't know. I am loving how shiny this looks. I don't know, it's just really pretty. So I'm gonna keep spinning black yarn. There's probably not gonna be any other footage from me today. Hopefully tomorrow is better. I want to dye some yarn tomorrow too. We will see.
So, is there any evidence to support my hypothesis? Yes, there actually is quite a bit.
Can I see it? True scientific method.
There will certainly be a time in this vlog where I am dressed and ready for a day, and it is not today and it is not yesterday. Did I think this weekend was going to go very differently? Yes. Today I am feeling less sick but more pain, which is genuinely easier to deal with. I think I'm gonna dye yarn today, and I think I'm gonna knit. I'm probably not gonna spin as much because I kind of overdid it last night, but yeah, I'll show you whatever I end up doing. Making some good sock progress. How did I just forget the word progress? Hey, so this flares come with brain fog. I have to remind myself of that more than anything. Okay, bye. Okay, here's where we're at with the sock. I still have probably this much left to do of the not twisted rib, spiral rib. I don't know what to call it. And then I can do just straight 3x3 rib. So we're getting somewhere with this. Peanut is here. Peanut has been instrumental. But that's my update. Also, hold on. I forgot to talk about this at all, but I finished the September house like days ago. I think Wednesday I finished it. And it was great. I think it was as good as everyone said. Some of it was kind of predictable. Maybe that's my one and only like critique. Some of it was kind of predictable, but I think that's kind of necessary in a horror story in a weird way. At least in my experience, if I think I know exactly where a story is going, the story then has a much better opportunity to surprise me with something I wasn't even thinking about. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Okay, that movie was bad. Anyway, I am going to dye yarn today. If you are Haley Locknitz and you don't want the surprise to be spoiled, stop watching here. If you're anyone else, here's that. Okay, I'm finally gonna spin. I just started watching 6 Feet Under, a show that ended 20 years ago. I don't know anything about it, so no spoilers, please. I spun for too long last night, so I'm gonna try to not repeat that tonight. This is gonna be the same sort of routine. It's gonna be too dark to show you anything, so I will spin and then I will show you in the morning, in the daylight, what I spun. That's it. Hello, it's day 10 of Tour de Fleece. I just got off the walking pad. I'll put on real clothes tomorrow. I'm feeling so much better. And more importantly, I am thrilled with how that yarn turned out. I'm really glad I went in with the gray and a little bit of extra black just to kind of muddy things up, tone down the brightness a little bit. I think it looks pretty cool and I'm very excited to send that off. So today is a challenge day. I have been just spinning the black BFL, but challenge day. So I'm thinking tonight I might switch things up and work on Goblin mode, perhaps? I'm not sure. After the last few days I've had, a challenge could be just like doing anything. That sounds like a challenge. A couple more things. So the rest of the day is gym, working, Game Changer episode that Samuraish has been really cryptic about, so we're specifically watching it like as it airs. I made black bean soup for that occasion. And then tomorrow I'm finally going to Queer Craft Night again. I haven't been in like a month for scheduling nonsense. And conveniently, tomorrow is a rest day, so the fact that I will be out for most of the evening will not get in the way of spinning, because I'm supposed to be resting anyway. God, I hate that he's always just right behind me. Anyway, I will show you the black BFL that I worked on last night so you can see how far I've gotten. We know approximately what the bobbin is going to look like because it's the same amount as peat bog, so you can kind of gauge how much is finished by where it is on the bobbin. Yeah, the bobbin is not smooth at all. I messed that up pretty bad, so it is to the halfway mark on one side, but not at all on the other side. I'll show you. Yes, I keep bringing it over to the window for the daylight, but yeah, I just did a bad job at bobbin management. You can see it's all the way up to the halfway line there, and then not at all on this side. Still making good progress, so we're almost halfway. I'm doing it. I'm spinning Goblin mode, some of it at least. This is 4 ounces, so I'm not spinning all of it tonight. To set up a new bobbin. It just doesn't have a leader for some reason. There's a possibility that I've never used this bobbin. I also have 2 more in the bag that I haven't even put together. I've definitely used this because it has some like color bleeding on it. No clue what that's about. Okay, so the reason I'm choosing to spin this today on challenge day is because it includes several fibers I've never spun, including Shetland and bamboo and hemp. I've spun merino, I've spun BFL, so this is going to be an interesting blend. Because everything seems to be pretty well blended, I mean, it's obviously not like totally homogeneous or anything, but I'm not worried about accidentally messing up the colors somehow by how I spin it. So I think I'm just gonna split this into 2 or 3 and just spin straight from that. I don't know. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'll probably pre-draft it a little bit, just because this is kind of a big chunk to spin from. I have gotten decent at spinning across the fiber, so the fact that it's wider is not an issue necessarily. I mean, it could be. I don't know this fiber. Okay, so I've talked about this before, but I have no clue what this fiber will want to be, so I'm not trying to spin it any specific way at this point. It's just gonna spin how it spins, in my opinion. Let's try. I'm gonna get down here and talk to you. So when I turn the tension down and the speed up, it's not resisting my urge to spin it pretty thin. Not cobweb thin, but maybe lace weight between lace and fingering. It has these white bits that are creating, how do I stay down here? It has these white bits that are creating like thicker areas, and I'm really resisting the urge to draft those out because I think it looks kind of cool. And this yarn, this fiber is already like such a weird blend that I kind of want to keep the yarn weird. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm gonna turn the tension up a little bit because it's kind of just like over twisting. I really struggle with tension. I have not figured tension out yet. Anyway. Okay, the fiber in my hand is wanting to split directly down the middle, so I'm just gonna let it. Okay, it is getting even thinner than I intended, so I'm gonna turn this off and focus, but I'll show you eventually. You know how this goes by now. I don't. Okay, having spent maybe 20 minutes with this fiber, my new feeling about it is challenge day. Who's that? This is a delight to spin. I am having to use my brain a little bit more, so that is a challenge. I think all the little fibrous bits that are sticking out, that's probably the hemp. I don't know how I'm supposed to be handling that. I'm kind of just letting it do whatever. Is that wrong? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna keep spinning on this. See you tomorrow. Hey, I'm at the gym and it's day something of Tour de Fleece. It's rest day. That's all I know. I already forgot what day it is. 11? Maybe? 12? I don't know. It's back and arms day. I'm gonna do the little wrist exercises that I was instructed to do. I am not your doctor. I'm not anyone's doctor. So if this knowledge enters your brain, use it with caution, or check with someone who knows more than me, which is anyone. Anyone. I grab a very small weight, and then I do some of these. And I do some of these. And I do some of these. I think it's better to have the weight lower in your hand. I do some of these. That one makes me crackly. Anyway, don't do those specifically, but here is the knowledge that wrist exercises exist and they are good for fiber artists if you didn't already have that knowledge. Okay, go look up something from a professional. Goodbye. It's queer craft night. I'm sitting in my car outside Yarn Social because I'm very early, but it's also 17,000 degrees in this car, so I'm just gonna go in early. Yay. Okay, I know I said natural lighting and this is not that, but it is lighting. Look at the hair. I think it looks silly. I did think it was gonna have more green, but this is more honest to Goblin vibes. So I am gonna count this, and this is the end of the vlog. So I will see you next time for more spinning. Bye.